Are you ready to be intimidated? Because we know some people who have enough power, strength, and survival instincts to bulldoze anything or anyone that may come in their paths. From guys with biceps the size of tree trunks to a particular president with a black belt in Taekwondo. Believe us, these people are not the ones you want to be messing around with. Who are they and why should we be so scared? Well, let's look at the top 9 giant and powerful people you would never want to mess with. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Number 9. Gabi Garcia. Gabriel Garcia, commonly known as Gabi Garcia, is the most dominant Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competitor in the female division's history. Gabi was very sporty from the get-go, practicing a variety of activities, namely volleyball, team handball, and field hockey, where she was the most successful in her early and mid-teens, playing at a high-level team. In 2009, Gabrielle fought the World No-Gi Championship, a competition she had won the previous year. Now, being the favorite to win, Gabrielle cruised to the final with ligament damage to the knee. She almost missed the final as the pain was getting close to unbearable, but again, rising to the occasion, Gabrielle managed to fight and win in the final match against Emily Wetzel. The 6'2" women's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu standout made a successful transition to mixed martial arts in 2015. Garcia trained alongside some of the best fighters in the world at King's MMA, including UFC heavyweight champions Fabricio Verdum and Rafael dos Anjos. Number 8. Sajid Gharibi. Popularly known as the Iranian Hulk or the Persian Hercules, Sajid is a 28-year-old bodybuilder who weighs a little more than 175 kilograms and inspires bodybuilders across the world. This huge, muscled, brawny powerlifter became an internet cult sensation after he started posting his pictures on social media. Though he does aspire to be part of the WWE, he has vowed that he will join the Iranian forces and fight against terrorists. The 6'2" tall beast has also participated in bodybuilding competitions representing his country. Since gaining a following on his social media accounts, the Persian Hercules has quickly become an internet sensation as netizens express their amazement at his impressive build. Gharibi is fond of taking pictures with objects that look smaller when held next to him. Gharibi's back and shoulder muscles protrude that give him an appearance of having a little neck, which is quite similar to the comic character the Hulk. Number 7. Cheick Sanu. Cheick Ahmed Al-Hassan Sanu was always overweight, but he didn't know how strong he was until he threw one of his tormentors across a room. This is the remarkable story of how a bullied teenager became a serious contender to become the world's strongest man. At school, whenever he ran, his body would wobble, and the kids at school would make fun of his physical appearance. By the time he was 9, Cheick had become accustomed to being made fun of and bullied. However, he endured the abuse without confrontation until his teenage years when he discovered just how strong he was. As a 16-year-old, Cheick weighed around 268 pounds and measured 6 feet 2 inches while boasting a 48-inch chest. Cheick soon became a star powerlifter, lifting the same weights as professional powerlifters. And in 2013, he entered his very first powerlifting competition and won, followed by a victory in the national championship later that same year. And so, the Iron Bibi, the strong man, was born. Number 6. Olivier Richters. Olivier Richters is a bodybuilder from Netherlands who is also an accomplished actor as well as a model. He is widely regarded as one of the tallest in the history of the sport. He is popularly known for being the CEO and founder of Muscle Meat, which is an online sports supermarket. Now, the Dutch giant stands 2.18 meters tall and weighs about 150 kilograms, but still thinks that there's room for improvement. Ever since Olivier was a little boy, he'd known what it meant to be big. He didn't fit in the incubator when he was a baby and was already well over 2 meters tall when he was just 14 years old. He was able to overcome this birth defect known as pectus excavatum to obtain a physique that would just transform his life. The Dutch giant eats 7 meals a day at predetermined times. Altogether, those meals add up to a whopping 6,400 calories, of which 450 grams is protein. Marvel recently cast the world's tallest bodybuilder for its forthcoming Black Widow movie spinoff. Number 5. Vito Pierbazzari. Vito Pierbazzari is a German professional bodybuilder, actor, and fitness enthusiast. His strong build and piercing stare is considered to be deadly enough to even think of messing with this 6-foot-tall giant. He gained popularity throughout his eponymous Instagram account. He is deemed as one of the most popular influencers in Germany. He could crush most of us with just his little finger, and when he's not pumping iron and increasing his intimidation factor, Vito is starring in Hollywood movies and TV shows. He was seen in Dogs of Berlin, with a weapon tattooed on his neck, a piercing stare and stature that makes even armored up army officers look puny. This guy seriously screams, "Don't mess with me!" However, despite his menacing appearance, he's actually said to be a rather friendly and polite person. Number 4. Vladimir Putin. While the next person on this list might not be a professional bodybuilder, he could still very well be the most daunting person on this list. We are talking about the Russian president, Vladimir Putin. Now, we all know that Putin has one of the world's most powerful nations under his fingertips, and we also know that he's got a handful of equally powerful international friends. He has done some wild things over the years and hasn't been afraid to break all kinds of rules to get what he wants. And for that reason, Forbes voted him the most powerful man alive. But there is another reason why this political enigma should not be messed with. Vladimir Putin has a 9th Dan black belt in Taekwondo. That puts Putin above the likes of the world-renowned martial artist Chuck Norris, who only holds an 8th degree black belt. Number 3. Andrei Rene Husimov. Fewer people are more instantly recognizable than the legendary Andre the Giant. Now, Andre was a professional wrestler with the WWE. He was 6'11" and weighed 500 pounds. He had a hormonal disorder, acromegaly, which caused the release of excess growth hormone, and in Andre's case, resulting in gigantism. Now, you would not believe that his size helped Andre dominate the sport of wrestling in the 70s and 80s. He made millions, became world famous, and found crossover success in the movie The Princess Bride. He was a living leviathan among men who helped transform professional wrestling with his larger-than-life physicality and commanding demeanor. His mass inspired fear, awe, and curiosity everywhere he went, along with mythical stories that defy belief. As a prank, Andre often used to pick up his friends' cars as a joke and move them into small parking spaces, or just turn them around in place. Call it a Giant's prank. Number 2. Bear Grylls. Alright, we're pretty sure you've heard of this next guy. It's none other than Bear Grylls. Across his TV shows like Man vs. Wild, Running Wild with Bear Grylls, and Get Out Alive, we have witnessed Bear devour anything and everything for sustenance. Elephant droppings, the snakes, the scorpions, you name it. Clearly, this guy has no fear whatsoever and knows how to use the environment around him to his advantage. But that's not why we're featuring him in our video. While most of us know Bear is a survival expert, he is actually so much more. He is a certified black belt in Shotokan Karate and can protect himself quite nicely thanks to the moves that he's learned. Now, whether that be up against rogue animals or even more rogue humans, and he's got the endurance to show up on anybody. He has crossed the North Atlantic Ocean in an 11-meter-long boat and climbed Mount Everest just 18 months after severely injuring his back. He's the whole package, and we wouldn't want to come face to face with him in a dark alley. Number 1. Vidyut Jamwal. Topping the list is Vidyut Jamwal, an Indian actor, martial artist, and stunt performer who predominantly works in Bollywood films. One of the most dangerous and highly skilled martial artists that you've probably never heard of. Jamwal is undoubtedly one of the best fighters in the world, and he has made it into the Plenty of Top 10 list of the world's most elite. Jamwal started training in a unique style of Kerala called Karli Payattu. Fast forward a couple of decades, and now he has done live-action shows in more than 25 countries, sharing his first-class skills in front of the world. As an actor, Vidyut is known to perform dangerous scenes and stunts without using a body double. The majority of amateur fighters would focus on striking moves like kicks and punches. But for Jamwal, a man who understands far more than hand-to-hand combat, he lives under a different mantra. So what do you think? Out of everybody that we have seen on this list, which one of these guys petrifies or impresses you the most? Do let us know in the comments below, and please do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell for more interesting videos. Thank you so much for watching, goodbye, and we'll see you soon.